Coming up now, the very latest news from Pattaya and Thailand via the fabulous Pattaya Media Group. Please like and subscribe. It helps us and it helps you too.
Thailand's Deputy Prime Minister has told of his concern regarding a potential rush of foreigners coming across the Burmese borders as authorities there close down call centres. The figures? Well, 8,000 seems to be the common number. And for Thailand, the rules are now in place to see home nations accept responsibility for their nationals before they set foot here, with the alternative being a risk of more scammers working within the nation or a drain on budgets. Illegal entry through natural border crossings is a growing issue too. This as within Myanmar. Prices for fuel are skyrocketing after a ban here on exports, seeing massive queues at the borders of vehicles trying to tank up, and prices for the now rare commodity over double those in Thailand. The ban on supply of fuel, power and phone signals to border areas from Thailand will, we're told, continue until all are satisfied that they've had the desired effect of closing down the scam centres once and for all. Amid reports that Thailand has entered into agreements with Myanmar and Laos regarding burning, which results in much of the smog here. To the north and certainly in neighbouring countries, bans have had little effect. There's no doubt that a few fires show on the radar within Thailand, but along her borders, the issue on the other side is of serious concern. As an Iranian tourist attempted to fly to his rather strict home country this week, so he was stopped by authorities after he was flagged on systems with a warrant for his arrest. Those details have been passed on to his own embassy for distribution, as he's alleged to have hired a motorcycle taxi driver to give him a ride, but with the driver female, had groped her and reached inside her clothing as they rode. She'd attempted to fend him off and even tried to get help from police before he fled. Not the sharpest knife in the drawer, he forgot that to use the Hail app, he'd had to give both a phone number and ID. Either way, he was still here last night. His flight was gone, with no expected welcome when he does eventually get to fly home. As Chiang Mai authorities clamp down on illegal foreigners living there, so one case has seen eyes widen. A British man who, we're told, is likely to be surprised at the changes in his home country when he flies back there after a quarter of a century living here. The issue? Well, for the whole 25 years, he never had a visa. Following up on a tip-off, immigration police tracked him and found that after 13 years in the capital, he'd relocated to the north to escape investigation, seeing another 12 years spent there. With China's blanket ban on raw sugar syrup from Thailand being sold there, so 300 containers of the product have been shipped back to Thailand at huge cost, seeing the industry twitching as a potential 2 billion baht loss in revenue appears to be the result. Reports of factory hygiene issues were reported in Thai media last year, and with Thailand being the second largest sugar exporter and China the major client, prices are suffering as many look to alternative crops this year unless the issue is resolved. Thai government officials have offered a full production line inspection, but we're told there's been no response to that. As Asians tighten their belts, so the number of new car sales in the region has plummeted, according to the Federation of Thai Industry, who report a drop in production here of a heady 25%. Exports and domestic sales are down, and much of that has been blamed on tightening of credit regulations for consumers. Time perhaps for those with cash to get a great deal in dealerships, who, we're told, are hurting for business here. Meanwhile at home, as Cobra Gold continues, the multinational annual military field training exercises here have kicked off already this week, with 7 nations taking part and the participation of Chinese, Indian and Australian military on certain events. Expect to see some troop movement on the highways for sure. And City Hall teams, along with police, visited a Soy Diana beer bar complex after complaints from residents regarding the noise emanating from there. Relaunched last year, the open area is home to several businesses and, as officials found out, an awful lot of noise. As the sound was checked, so management was told in no uncertain terms to tone it down and to put in some sound deadening to keep the din from reaching residents' homes. but as an open-air bar complex, that may turn out to be a challenge. And with the Met Office promising highs today of just 29 degrees, dropping down to 25, a pleasant day but with lots of clouds and the real feel of 31.
Local and national news today from Fabulous 103 FM and Fabulous Pattaya Media Group. And to get a notification every time we release another bulletin or programme, like and subscribe to our channel, Fabulous Pattaya Media Group, by using the link below.